Hi, I'm Dave with Caliber Equipment, back again with another video. What I'd like to do today is something a little bit different. Hopefully you've seen our other videos that go over the different pieces of equipment that we offer, talk about features and benefits and the different choices that are out there. What I'd like to do today is take a few minutes, just talk about one of the simplest things on your floor scrubber to make it perform better and get you the right results are the squeegees. We get a lot of calls from our customers telling them the machine's not working right, telling them it's leaving their floors not clean and shiny. And many times it's the simplest, lowest cost thing you could do to have a good running machine is what are the squeegees like on your machine that are there to dry the floor. If we don't get the dirty water picked up properly, that's why you're not getting the results. Let me walk you through some of the different types of blades and what they look like and see if this helps answer some of your questions. What we have up front here are a couple of blades that look pretty nasty. And as you can see, this particular one has gotten real wavy. It wasn't clean. You get a lot of buildup. The edges start getting worn. Here's another one that you'll see pieces are missing off of it. The edges are down almost paper thin. When it gets this bad, folks, your machine can't scrape the dirty water. It can't pick it up. You're not going to get the results. This is what is causing the problem. So the machine is fine, it's just the squeegee rubber. Squeegees today come in basically 4 different types. What I have here to show you, the first, usually it's a cream colored, it's called gum rubber. This is the softest rubber, so if you have a textured floor or a floor that's a little bit rough, this is going to dry very well because it's soft and it can mold to the contour of the floor. The downside is it's going to wear a little bit quicker, but for a rough floor, gum rubber is usually your best choice. Moving up from that, the most popular is the red, which is Lanatex. Lanatex is a little denser, a little more durable. It's going to wear longer, but again, it's not quite as soft as your gum rubber. But this is the probably #1 most popular material for a scrubber. After that, we go into polyurethane. Usually it's kind of translucent color. It's denser, more oil resistant, but it's a little bit harder. So if you don't have a good smooth floor, it may not mold as well to the floor, meaning you may leave a little bit of dampness behind. Very durable, does a great job, but you got to have a pretty smooth floor for that. The next step up is black. This is neoprene. Neoprene is the densest, it's the stiffest, most oil resistant. So if you've got a real harsh environment, lots of oil and chemical, and it's eating up these other blades, then you may want to go with the neoprene. Again, the downside, because it's so stiff, it's going to have a harder time molding to the contour of your floor, and it may not dry at 100%. But this is going to wear the best. So depending on the type of environment you're cleaning, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 choices from gum rubber, Lanatex, polyurethane, and then neoprene. Both of these are that. Now, let me show you another important part. All squeegees have 2 blades. You've got a front blade and a back blade. What you're creating is a vacuum chamber. So as the air and the water comes through these slits, or if it's a rough floor underneath, it's trapped inside of this what I call vacuum chamber. The back blade is what's really doing the work, scraping the floor, pulling the water so it goes up your suction tube. Of course, we want to make sure you don't have a blockage, because often that's the reason you're not picking up the dirty water. You've got a blockage. But you need 2 good blades, front and back, tip to tip. The other thing, on most all squeegee tools, these you can easily take the band off. This particular model, you've got wing nuts. The rear blade that's scraping the floor has got a quick release. And every manufacturer does it a little bit different, but most of them are really user-friendly. As the back blade wears, this inner edge is going to get beveled, it's going to get chafed, it's going to eventually look like that. That blade is wearing out. It can't dry the floor. Once that happens, very simply, you take the band off and you flip the blade over, because you have two edges, an inner edge that's scraping the floor, a second edge that's doing nothing until you move it to the inside, and hey, guess what? We got two more edges, so then you flip the whole thing over. So most squeegees, the back one especially, you can rotate it 4 times. Now, if I let this get too thin or I tear it, well, then I have to flip it over. But just keep that in mind. If this is rotated as it wears properly, you're going to have the best, driest floor possible with this machine. But we've got to take it off. We've got to keep the channels cleaned. And as I said, you want to rotate it as the edges wear, but you can flip it 4 times. Simple maintenance, the lowest cost of maintaining a scrubber is the squeegee. Keep an eye on that. If your machine's not working like it should, not drying like it should, take a look at the rubber. Do I have the right material? Are the edges getting worn? Is there dirt building up in here so it can't pick up the floor, kick up the dirty water like it should? And there is some adjustments on most squeegees. We want this to sit flat on the floor and scrape the floor so it bends the same from tip to tip. If it's leaning too far back, I mash the middle down and now my tips are missing. If it's leaning too far forward, then the tips get worn out, but I'm missing water in the middle. That's a subtle adjustment. Bottom line, simple maintenance on your machine. Get the right tool, the right squeegee rubber. Make sure you're rotating it. And folks, you're going to have a lot cleaner, drier floor the first time. Very simple to do. For any questions or assistance on this, hey, give us a call. Caliber Equipment, 888-550-0945. And thanks for watching.